Hello everyone, I'm Maika Diaz from BSA 1B. We will talk about Baraswa in Church. Having earned the title as the cradle of democracy in the East, Baraswa in Church is the most important religious building in the Philippines. Do you want to know more about this famous historical landmark? The olden times. Baraswa in Church, also known as Our Lady of Mount Carmel Parish, is proverbial for its historical importance among Filipinos. Baraswa in Church was founded by the Augustinian missionaries in 1859 and served as the session hall of Malolos Congress, the first Congress in the Philippines, which was held on September 15, 1898, under the presidency of Pedro Paterno. Three major events in the Philippines history happened in this church. First, the convening of the First Philippines Congress on September 15, 1898. Second, the drafting of the Malolos Constitution on September 29, 1898 to January 21, 1899. And last, the inauguration of the First Philippines Republic on January 23, 1899. The origin of the name. The term Baraswain was derived from a place in Spain to which the missionaries found the place in Malolos in striking similarity. When the Spanish-Philippines Revolution broke out, the revolutionaries coined the term Baras ng Suwail, meaning Dungeon of the Defiant. It's the history that counts. This may look just like any other tree in the area, but it's the history associated with it that counts. This tree, located right in front of the Cathedral of Malolos, is said to have been planted by Emilio Aguinaldo himself, the very first president of the Philippines Republic. It was under its shade that a group of Filipinos met to discuss the action to take to gain Philippines independence. The structure. Baraswain Church is also renowned for its architectural design and internal adornments. The church attracts and engages visitors because of the curved facade, rose windows, and medieval bell tower. Its floral motifs and paintings of angels and saints along the ceiling adorn an interior of the church. The moments in Philippine history. The church was the scene of the proclamation of Philippines independence and former President Joseph Estrada when he took his oath of office. Casaril is a shrine dedicated to the 20 women of Malolos who lobbied to establish the first adult school for women in 1889. Despite much resistance from the Spanish friars and even the Governor-General of the Philippines. For their efforts, they were praised by reformists Jose Rizal, Graciano Lopez Jaina, and Marcelo H. del Pilar. The privately funded school was short-lived, however, as it was ordered closed by church officials after only 3 months due to accusations of immoral teaching and eating meat on days of abstinence. This building, was one of the first victories of women in Philippine history, has a long story. On display, it was built on the same ground where a late 16th century Filipino purse and eminent Bulacanes. Today, it houses the house itself of Philippines political history. Furniture visiting its galleries on the 2 floors gives you a quick glance at the political history of the country, from the pre-Hispanic up to the modern times. While the items on display are limited and most of the artifacts are mere imitations of the original, they are still informative. This is the balete tree on the backyard of the house. As you can see, the tree is like an old plant that witnessed everything happened few years ago. The National Museum of the Philippines traces its history to the establishment of the Museo Biblioteca de Filipinas, established by a royal order of the Spanish government on August 12, 1887, but was abolished in 1900s at the onset of the American occupation of the Philippines. And by October 29, 1901, the Insular Museum of Ethnology, Natural History, and Commerce is considered to be the direct precursor of the National Museum. These were built in the early 20th century and now function as museums that house the National Fine Arts Collection and the National Archaeological and Ethnographic Collections. The National Museum also manages the National Planetarium and over 10 archaeological sites and branch museums found across the country. In addition, there are over 10 branches of the National Museum located in all regions of the country, representing the origins and visual representations of Philippine culture. Museums play a crucial role in preserving local culture. With careful documentation and artifact preservation, a culture can be recorded and remembered regardless of its future. It can also be shared and understood by those from different cultural backgrounds.